Welcome back to the Warp Gate, everybody. Excited to keep going with our deep dive into the Primarchs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, these legendary warriors that really shaped the Imperium.
Shaped the fate of the galaxy, really.
Exactly. Last time we kind of looked at the whole Primarch concept, like how they were created,
Right.
what their purpose was,
Mm-hmm.
that whole mess with the Chaos Gods.
Oh, man. Yeah, talk about a cruel twist of fate.
Yeah. And today we're going to focus on
Okay.
the story of one Primarch in particular,
Right.
whose rise and fall is just, I think,
Mm-hmm.
one of the most poignant and thought-provoking
Yeah,
in the entire Imperium's history.
I agree with that.
Fulgrim,
Fulgrim,
Primarch of the Emperor's Children.
the Phoenician.
Yeah,
A fitting title, don't you think?
I think so.
Those ancient Terran Phoenicians, known for their artistry and trade,
Mm-hmm.
their ambition
Yeah,
really mirrors Fulgrim's journey.
yeah, before the whole chaos thing.
Of course, before the fall.
Yeah. The Inquisition reveals that Fulgrim's story begins on Chemos,
Whoa, Chemos.
this industrial hellscape of a planet.
Right.
I mean, picture this.
Mhm.
A planet where the air is just thick with smog.
Yeah.
The ground is constantly shaking
Oh, wow.
from all the machinery.
Jeez.
Every single day is a struggle just to survive.
I can't even imagine.
It's brutal.
Makes my commute sound like a walk in the park.
I know, right?
So we've got this harsh industrial world,
Yeah.
but it produces this Primarch who becomes known for his grace, his refinement,
Yeah.
his obsession with
It's
perfection.
an artistic expression.
It's almost like a diamond
Right.
forming under all that pressure.
Totally.
And you know what's really remarkable?
What's that?
Even as a child, Fulgrim showed amazing leadership qualities.
I mean, yeah, he revitalized those failing industries.
Exactly. He found ways to bring a little prosperity to this dying world.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And as the planet started to heal,
Right.
the people rediscovered art,
Yeah.
culture.
Self-expression.
It's like he brought beauty out of the ashes.
Literally.
Then, bam,
Okay.
enter the Emperor,
Oh, boy.
arriving on Chemos as part of the Great Crusade.
Right.
Can you imagine that reunion?
Yeah.
A father meeting his long-lost son?
Yeah.
A ruler encountering his genetically engineered general?
Must have been intense.
Oh, absolutely.
The Lectitio Divinitatis?
Right.
That collection of eyewitness accounts from that era,
Mm-hmm.
it describes this meeting as a pivotal moment
Yeah.
for the Emperor's Children Legion.
They were a shadow of their former glory at that point.
Yeah, a genetic flaw in their gene seed
Right.
had just decimated their ranks.
Oh, wow.
Only a handful of Astartes were left.
Handful.
Yeah. Wow.
To bear the Emperor's name.
That's incredible.
Talk about pressure, right?
Leading a legion of a couple hundred Astartes, I
Mhm.
can't even imagine.
But Fulgrim,
Yeah.
he rallies them,
Oh, he does.
reminds them of the honor they hold.
Being the only legion allowed to bear the Emperor's personal symbol,
Oh, yeah.
the Palatine Aquila,
The double-headed eagle.
representing the Emperor's dominion over Terra and the wider galaxy.
What a symbol.
Yeah.
Brilliant move, though,
Right.
emphasizing their unique connection to the Emperor,
Reignited their pride
their loyalty.
under his command.
Yeah.
They grew rapidly in strength,
Mhm.
became one of the most formidable legions in the Great Crusade.
And their reputation.
Oh,
They became known for their pursuit of perfection.
everything they did.
Everything.
Martial prowess.
Strategic brilliance,
Their art?
even their appearance.
Immaculate.
Like the Astartes equivalent of those
Yeah.
perfect social media influencers.
Right.
Except they actually had the skills to back it up.
Absolutely.
Every swing of their sword,
Every shot fired,
every tactical maneuver.
executed flawlessly.
It's kind of awe-inspiring, but also kind of unsettling.
Yeah, looking back.
Unsettling because
Mhm.
this obsession with perfection, while it was a strength initially,
Sure.
it ultimately made them vulnerable
Vulnerable to what?
to chaos.
Uh, yes. The Whispers of Chaos.
That's where the Lair campaign comes in.
Okay, the layer camp.
The Ordo Malleus whispers about a disturbing discovery
Oh.
during that campaign.
What was it?
The Lair sword.
The layer sword.
The Xenos weapon.
What?
Unnatural beauty and power.
Hmm.
Almost hypnotic, but you get this feeling that something dark
Yeah.
lurks beneath the surface.
Interesting.
The whispers suggest that the Lair sword was more than just a weapon,
What do you mean?
a vessel,
Oh, wow.
a prison for a demon of Slanesh,
Nash.
the chaos god of excess and perfection.
Yeah.
It's like it was crafted to tempt someone like Fulgrim,
Yeah.
someone driven by this insatiable desire for the flawless and the absolute.
So Fulgrim's drawn to this weapon, he picks it up.
But it's not like a sudden corruption, right?
No.
The account suggest that it was more insidious,
Uh-huh.
like a poison slowly seeping into his soul.
A slow burn.
Exactly.
So the Lair campaign, it marks a shift in the Emperor's children's pursuit of perfection. It starts to become twisted, warped into something darker.
Decadence.
Excess.
Fascination with the forbidden.
The line between perfect execution and excessive indulgence,
Yeah, it gets blurred.
difficult to distinguish.
They're still striving for perfection,
Right.
but it's taken on this unsettling edge.
I see.
Their victories become increasingly brutal.
Yeah.
Their celebrations, more lavish.
More depraved.
But it's still veiled
Right.
under the banner of their pursuit of perfection.
A beautiful mask hiding a horrifying truth.
And this is all before Horus even shows up.
Oh, boy.
Talk about a recipe for disaster.
A legion teetering on the brink,
Yeah.
led by a Primarch grappling with this growing darkness within him.
And then, boom.
Here comes Horus.
Horus arrives with his grand scheme to shatter the Imperium.
Talk about terrible timing.
I know, right?
Things really start to unravel here.
This is where it gets really interesting.
We'll have to dive into the heart of it all in part 2.
Can't wait.
Welcome back to the Warp Gate. Last time we left off with the Emperor's children.
Right.
They were really on a knife's edge, weren't they?
Yeah, their pursuit of perfection starting to warp under that insidious influence of Slanesh.
And then, as if things weren't bad enough,
Right.
Horus shows up
Horus?
with his grand plan
I know.
to tear the Imperium apart.
It's like the galaxy was conspiring against them.
Yeah, against Fulgrim and his legion.
So Horus, Master Manipulator,
Yeah.
sees this vulnerability in Fulgrim.
Right.
How does he manage to sway a Primarch who was known for his reason and logic, though?
It's a good question.
Was it just smooth talk, or was there something more?
Well, the Book of Lorgar,
Okay.
that collection of forbidden texts,
Right.
penned by the word-bearer's Primarch Lorgar,
Yeah.
it hints at a more cunning strategy.
Okay, what was it?
Horus recognized Fulgrim's ambition, his desire for a more refined order, and he twisted it.
Wow.
Used it to plant seeds of doubt
Oh.
about the Emperor's vision.
Wow. So like that friend who encourages your bad habits,
Yeah.
but on a galactic scale
Exactly.
with way higher stakes.
Way higher.
So Fulgrim,
Yeah.
already battling the demonic influence of the Lair sword,
Right.
buys into this whole Horus knows best thing.
I think it was more nuanced than that.
Okay.
The whispers in the warp suggest that Horus appealed to Fulgrim's sense of brotherhood.
Okay.
His desire to see the Primarchs united as equals, not just subordinates to the Emperor.
The classic, we're in this together play.
Exactly.
But Fulgrim was known for his rationality.
That's true.
How does that fit with him falling for this manipulation?
Well, the records show
Yeah.
that Fulgrim didn't just immediately succumb to Horus's influence.
Okay.
He actually tried to bring his brother Ferrus Manus,
Oh.
Primarch of the Iron Hands,
Right.
over to Horus's side.
Can you imagine that encounter?
2 Primarchs
Brothers in arms.
clashing over the fate of the Imperium,
That's insane.
a family feud
Yeah.
with galaxy-ending consequences.
And Ferrus Manus.
Right.
He was fiercely loyal to the Emperor.
Oh, yeah. Unyielding in his devotion.
So what happened?
Well,
Did Fulgrim back down?
Ferrus,
Yeah.
he saw Horus's rebellion as a betrayal of everything they stood for. He argued passionately for loyalty to the Emperor.
Yeah.
He refused to waver in his belief.
So what happened next?
I can't imagine Fulgrim taking no for an answer.
Especially with that chaos-tainted sword
Right.
whispering in his ear.
The confrontation escalated,
Oh.
fueled by Fulgrim's frustration
Yeah.
and the daemon's whispers.
So we've got Fulgrim,
Yes.
this once perfect Primarch,
Right.
consumed by rage.
A lair sword practically vibrating with dark energy.
It's heartbreaking to think what was going through his mind.
Yeah, it really is.
This is where it gets tough.
I know.
Because what happens next?
It's one of the most tragic events.
In Warhammer 40k history,
I agree.
blinded by rage,
Yeah.
manipulated by that entity within the Liker sword,
Fulgrim strikes down Ferrus Manus.
he kills his own brother.
Fratricide.
The ultimate betrayal.
This act shattered any hope of Fulgrim's redemption.
It was the point of no return.
A moment he fully embrace the darkness.
that had been consuming him.
Yeah, it's chilling.
To think about how ambition,
Yeah.
even with the best
Can
intentions,
be corrupted.
absolutely.
And the Emperor's children,
Well,
already on the edge.
They follow their Primarch into the abyss.
Well, Horus Heresy becomes a stage
Oh, yeah.
for their descent into depravity.
The Imperial records are filled
with accounts of their atrocity.
They revel in inflicting pain.
And receiving it.
Their art, once a celebration of beauty,
Right.
becomes a grotesque mockery of it.
Their pursuit of pleasure spirals into an endless cycle of excess and debauchery. It's like they were competing.
To see who could be the most depraved.
Who could gain the most favor from Slaanesh?
A twisted, horrifying spectacle.
And it all culminates
Yeah.
in Fulgrim's final transformation.
Right, that demon from the lair sword.
One whispering to him, poisoning his soul,
It merges with him completely.
turns him into a demon prince of Slaanesh.
So we go from this paragon of perfection, this brilliant strategist and leader, to a chaos-infused monster.
What a transformation.
What does Demon Prince Fulgrim even look like?
The accounts are vivid. Imagine Fulgrim's once perfect form, now twisted and corrupted.
Oh.
Multiple arms sprout from his back.
Oh, jeez.
His face a grotesque mask of serpentine features.
He becomes a terrifying parody.
Right.
Of the beauty he once craved.
The very thing he sought.
Perfection.
Becomes the instrument of his ruin.
It's a cautionary tale for the ages.
It really is.
So what happens to Demon Prince Fulgrim?
Well,
does he vanish into the warp?
He retreats to the warp, establishes himself within the Eye of Terror, that swirling vortex of chaos.
But his story doesn't end there, does it?
No.
He continues to wage war against the Imperium.
He leads his corrupted legion on raids, spreading terror and despair.
So he's still out there.
He is.
This once noble Primarch.
A monstrous puppet of chaos.
A constant threat to the Imperium he was created to defend.
What a nightmare.
What about the Emperor's children?
Yes.
Did they retain any shred of their former selves? Or are they just mindless slaves to Slaanesh?
They become a chilling reflection of their Primarch.
Oh, wow.
Obsessed with noise.
Driven by a constant need for stimulation.
For ever more extreme and depraved experiences.
Their farmer.
Yeah.
Once a symbol of pristine order.
Becomes a cacophony of spikes and chains.
Disturbing trophies.
They embody everything Slaanesh represents.
Excess. The relentless pursuit of pleasure, no matter the cost.
It's both fascinating and terrifying.
It really is.
The story of Fulgrim and the Emperor's children, it serves as a chilling reminder.
Of what?
Of the seductive power of chaos.
Right.
The importance of vigilance.
Even in the face of seemingly noble ambitions.
Yeah.
It leaves us with so many questions.
It does.
What if Fulgrim had resisted those whispers?
Yeah.
What if he hadn't killed Varys Menace?
What if he had stayed true to his purpose?
To the Emperor's vision.
Perhaps the paths not taken are lost to the mists of time.
Right.
What we do know is that Fulgrim's fall...
It's a tragedy of immense proportion.
A cautionary tale.
For anyone who seeks perfection in a galaxy where chaos reigns supreme. All right, welcome back to the Warp Gate. So we've spent this episode talking about Fulgrim.
Yeah.
Phoenician.
The once shining Primarch of the Emperor's children.
His story is...
It's captivating.
And deeply unsettling.
A cautionary tale for sure.
Oh.
But, a deep dive like this, it's not just about understanding the what. It's about grappling with why.
I like that.
Why should Fulgrim's story matter to us?
Right here and now.
In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium.
Exactly. It's easy to get lost in the scale of Warhammer 40K, right?
Oh, yeah.
The galaxy-spanning battle.
We're larger-than-life characters.
But what are the takeaways for us?
Right.
Regular folks navigating everyday life.
What can we learn from Fulgrim's tragic fall?
I think that's the important question.
Well, I think Fulgrim's story offers some pretty profound insights, even for those of us who aren't facing down demons every day.
Right.
First and foremost.
Yeah.
It reminds us that even the most noble ambitions can be corrupted.
Right.
Fulgrim's initial desire for perfection.
For order amidst chaos.
He wasn't inherently evil.
Right.
But it became twisted.
Yeah.
Warped into something monstrous.
Like Slaanesh.
By those insidious whispers of Slaanesh.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Precisely.
Fulgrim's fall also highlights the danger of unchecked ambition.
He wanted a better future for humanity.
I believe he did.
But his methods, Yeah.
Became ruthless.
His goals became self-serving.
As he fell deeper under the sway of chaos,
He wanted to be the architect of a perfect future.
but he became the architect of his own destruction.
It's a sobering thought.
And finally,
Yeah.
I think Fulgrim's story is a warning.
Against what?
Against the allure of power.
Oh, yeah.
The whispers of chaos promising ultimate control and dominion.
That's tempting.
It's incredibly difficult to resist.
Even for the strongest wills. And once you start down that path,
Oh, yeah.
turning back is almost impossible.
Look at the Emperor's children.
Right? They went from paragons of virtue and discipline
To
to
noise-obsessed, sensation-addicted.
chaos-worshipping nightmare fuel.
It's a pretty drastic fall from grace.
What are we supposed to do with this knowledge?
True, we're not all Primarchs.
Right.
Facing galaxy-ending threats.
But I think these lessons, they apply to us on a smaller scale, too.
We all have ambitions.
Desires, things we strive for.
Fulgrim's story encourages us.
To do what? To examine those desires carefully. To question whether our pursuit of them might be leading us down a path of compromise.
Or even darkness.
To be mindful of the means as well as the ends.
Because achieving something through unethical actions,
Right.
it taints the goal itself.
Exactly. And it's a reminder to be wary of those seductive whispers.
The ones that promise easy solutions.
Shortcuts to success.
They might not come from a chaos god,
But that they can be just as dangerous.
leading us down paths we'll regret.
So what does this all mean for us?
I think it means we need to cultivate vigilance.
Self-awareness.
The willingness to question our motives.
Maybe learning from the mistakes of those who came before us
Like Fulgrim.
can help us avoid making those same mistakes ourselves.
Knowledge is power.
But only if we use it wisely,
Blindly pursuing any goal
no matter how known.
could have disastrous consequences.
Fulgrim's story is a testament to that truth.
That brings us to the end,
Of our deep dive.
into the tragic tale of Fulgrim.
The Phoenician.
It's a story that stayed with me,
Me too.
and I hope it's had a similar impact on you.
We'd love to hear your thoughts
On Fulgrim's choices.
on the lessons we can learn from his fall.
Head over to the Warpgate forums
Share your insights
and join us next time
as we continue our exploration.
of the Primarchs.
Until then.
May the Emperor guide you.